Alright, welcome to Sintopia. It's currently on playtest, and it's going to be in playtest until the 16th of February. This video is coming out the 14th, so you might be able to play through the game. This game does have a tutorial, which I have quickly run through myself. It took me probably about an hour to run through all the stages of the tutorial, so now we're in the main part of the game. Now, the main objective here is to earn 3,000 heroes, and we'll be able to figure out how that's earned later on. We also have secondary objectives, like destroying all large lairs, having saint rulers, and having employees perform critical failures. We have a modifier of stubborn humans, which means they gain 75% less influence. Influence is something we're also going to talk about later on. But you see, it's day 1, we have 50 humans currently, 4 souls, an average sinometer of 48, with the highest sin of greed. We're on a large map, normal difficulty, and in a challenge. So, let us go to the overworld. And here is our little village of humans. Now, there's also this over here. There's 2 things over here. Number 1, we have a Gurkha's camp. So, a Gurkha's camp will spawn... So, here's the thing. Gurkhas are sworn enemies of the humans. They expand with time and colonize near resource nodes. They also launch frequent raids on the temple. And now, here is our temple. So, this is how we use the game. So, here we have our resurrection portal, the main temple building itself, and the spawn beacon, which allows us to get increasing amount of people into the populace. Back here we also have an administrator's lair, an altar. Humans with high enough level of influence will periodically deposit offerings, which is soul coins here. This is also where cultists perform certain activities at night, so it's always worth checking on this part. And what the soul coin do is they allow me to do this, where we can take this ability and do that, killing a few people in the process. Which it can also do 1 to 10 influence, I assume that is. And here we can see, if we click on this person, that they have a sinometer of 56. So we've got all of these sins here. And one thing you'll note under the bottom here is influence. So this bar represents the influence of them. So skeptics, they don't take part in offerings of cultist activities, and that's worth half the bar. Then from 50 to 75, they're believers, which offer offerings, which give us faith coins so that we can do actions in the overworld. And then we have a cultist, which will perform activities at night while humans sleep, but they also deposit faith offerings like believers. I'm already getting in. Okay, so we just had someone take control of the populace. So we've got this person here who they're preaching to absolutely no one. You're a little stupid. But here we have who is a cultist. That is a moment. The king is a cultist. So, cultists, humans who are above 75 influence, are cultists who can perform activities at night while other humans sleep. They also deposit faith coins like believers. With influence, casting spells around humans will increase the influence. Humans above 50 influence are believers, which drop faith coin offerings behind temples. But that's a moment. He's the king is oh, well, the queen. The queen is a cultist. That can only go well. But if we click on this, which is the ruler menu, they've prioritized food, which... So, they will build the food infrastructure, which very might get the gluttony attribute up, which is actually one of their highest sins, so that's potentially why. But, whenever we kill souls, they go over here. Which is where they get picked up by Steve. and sent down to hell here, where we've got a few already waiting in line with some hefty, which are gaining sins actually, because when they're in hell and standing still, they just gain sins at random. Ooh, what's this? A corruption field. Souls walking on corruption gain 1 wraith. Once per soul on a tile. So we shouldn't be running them over here, but if we look at this over here, we can see a Purgatory's field. Souls walking on a Purgatory's field will earn us money. Once per soul per cycle. So if we make the exit path run through all this, we'll get some money before they come to this, which is where they get resurrected from. There's also a leprechaun stash? This is the purgadors within range of the building, so that entire tile section? Ah. What's this? Abducting thing. Souls? Oh, you can permanently void souls as well. So to start with, what we're going to be doing is we want to put down a waiting booth. And we'll put it, let's just put it right, oop. Rotating is not the default keybones, I kind of hate it. But say let's put it right here. We can then run a path that goes this way, and then we'll go over here, and then back, and then in. So now they're able to go into this. Ooh, fear and motivation. Fear increases soul movement speed. Motivation increases imp movement speed and working speed. Fear and motivation can be increased by building fear. Motivation props new rows of buildings. Fear and motivation have opposite effects. Fear lowers employees' motivation, while motivation lowers souls' fear. But now that we've built this queue, we need to hire an imp for it, which we need to hire a secretary. Which we're just going to go with this one because their wage is only 110.
Of course.
And we're going to put them there. So this will control the amount of sinners that are going and getting fed into the buildings here. And what do I mean by buildings? Well, there's stuff like this, the Hell Puppet Show. Shut up. There's like this Hell Puppet Show. This building treats souls and generates a small amount of faith coins with each worker cycle. So if we place one of these down, like right here, and then we also do a soul punishment building, like say this building, and we'll do 2 of these. We'll leave a little gap there. It will allow us to then use these buildings. Actually, one thing I do want to do real quick is I want to put a soul road. Yeah, these are directional, so I need to actually delete that because I want to put a soul road here, so that we can filter some people back into this queue, because this queue is going to feed all 3 of these buildings. And then once these buildings have had their fun, we're going to collect them all right here. And we're going to put them into a utility of a soul dispatcher. And what this will allow us to do is this will allow us to filter souls. And what we're going to do, very first thing, is we're going to put the fallback exit on C. So if any of these rules are not met, then it will send them back this way. And what we want to do now is we want to send them on this soul road here, back through and over to our entrance to get recycled. But we need to use a crossing here to make sure that they don't just merge onto the paths and create an infinite loop or clog up the system. And this road will allow us to go all the way back and back into the queue to get fed back through these buildings if they don't meet any rules here. But what we want to do is we want to create rule number 1, which is the first rule, so it'll go A, B, and C. and it'll work in that order. So what we want to do is we want to have a status here, to where if they're heroesable, if their centimeter is low enough to where the soul is resurrected, you earn 1 soul, it's heroesable. So we want to use that rule here. And then with this path, we can now just take this path right to the end. Because now we don't have to worry about it. We can just take this soul road all the way over to our exit. But we want to run it through here so that we earn money for souls that are heroesable. But we don't quite want to do heroesable, because heroesable is just 50 or below. And while they're walking along this path, they might go over 50. So what we would want to do in this case is we want to edit the rules here. We want to say that the sin value has to be lower than, say, 35. What that will do is that will give us leeway. That'll give us 15 sins that they could get on the way over to the end here. I don't think I can build bridges. Oh well, I'll just go around this. So you just want to run this road through all these tiles to earn us the money. It's a bit confusing of a layout, but oh well. So then once they've run through this road, we'll send them here, and then they'll go over here to get sent away. And resurrected. So now we want to actually supply these buildings with a work imp for this one. Oh, look at this one. $0 for that person. Then we want a sad imp. Oh, look, another $0. But that we actually need 2, so we need to pull another one here. So we'll pull this one. It doesn't really matter who you hire, as long as you hire somebody. So now we'll be letting people through. But it'll only let as many people as there are available workstations here. So if we wanted to have more people, we could put more workstations over here and plumb them over to here. But yeah, we can see this person. They were over our 35, so they were sent back this way, and they're going to go all the way back through the line. But this person has a sin value of only 28. So they're going. They're going and they're running, and then if I click near them... Oh, I think the lava was spooking them. Yeah, as we can see here, they're walking through the tile, and each tile they walk through gives 4. So now when they go over to here, we're walking through, and up they go. And they're going to pop out right here. You can see. Here is this person that was just resurrected, sin value of 35. And they're going to go and continue this cycle for as long as possible. But as you notice, it's also become nighttime. And now that it is nighttime, everyone is going to go home. There's a bell there. That is a very hazard bell. Everyone that isn't like a guard or something will go home and do shaboinking to increase the population when the next day happens. And we can interrupt this process by going and messing with them, but it makes them unhappy. Let me just quickly remove this bell. And then we also see here These are cultists, so at night time these guys can do activities, which I don't really know what he's doing, but cool, I guess. He's spreading the influence into the members of this house. Right. Which gives us, obviously, more offerings to manipulate the world. And actually, up here we can see we have a watchtower, which sends rangers and parties to explore and colonize. So we can see that these guys are traveling and having some fun. Another thing you'll see here is that you have a ton of these specialized areas, and these will come on later enough. So if we click on, say, this soul, we can see, let's take Lust for example. They have a value of 12. If that value gets up to 50, it can't be treated in these buildings. You have to put it into a specialized building. It'll make a deviant. That's why we have this third path here. So we can filter so that after they go through here, because it'll drop other sins values, we can pick up deviants right here. And if they are a deviant, we can come and treat them wherever we please around here. If they're, say, a wraithful deviant, we could just run them through here and like treat them somewhere over here in range of this before putting them back over here to get processed again. Oh, the Gushan raids. Ah, here we go, a Gushan camp. So this is one that we they're gathering for the raid. These tier 3 camps bring raid problems for us. So we need to be ready. And here we've got a tier 2, so here we can see at tier 2, they have a little ring around them. This is an anti-magic field, so I won't be able to influence this. This will eventually happen to this camp. If they don't get dealt with, I can't help them when they're in the radius. But during raids, I can assist. Looks like that soul got taken quickly, so no one got infected. That's actually pretty good. Let's see. We're still focused on construction, so that's good. If we can get more houses and get developed up quicker, that will be very helpful. But because we also don't have that disease now, this alliance should hopefully start getting shorter.
Counting 3 bells left. Dawn. Free as a bird. Oh, yay.
Well, I think I'm going to leave this here. If you want to actually play this game and get further than I did, feel free. Hell, if you find this enjoying, feel free, go play the game, show these developers the support, that people are actually interested in something like this. I feel like it is very promising, although, as you can see, learning is a little hard, but I feel like I'll eventually figure it out, so I'm going to keep figuring this out while you'll watch something else. So have a good one. And remember, running hell is very difficult.